Hagbert donates $5. Thank you, Hagbert.
Thank you.
They say, "Hi, Tom and Ben. I was recently accepted to Columbia University Dental School.
Ooh.
So soon I'll be a chomper expert.
Ang, ang.
I want to say thank you for keeping me entertained and sane in between studying. Question, do Slann have teeth? And how do they care for them?"
Ooh. Good question.
I don't know if Slann do have teeth, but they'd have a dedicated skink that comes up with a brush.
Yeah, rag on a stick. But, I mean, frogs don't have teeth, do they? They just kind of fucking swallow things, I think. Jabba the Hutt doesn't have teeth.
Thesaurus do.
Yeah, but they're not the same, species.
Snakes have teeth.
They have fangs.
No, snake have teeth.
Do they? I thought they just swallowed things up and just went,
mate.
Bob,
No,
Bob, fall out.
No, they've got loads.
They got chompers.
Well, no, I don't know if they actually. Before I go too deep, they have teeth-like things, which are lots of little things that look like teeth that point backwards. So when they chomp,
everything gets pushed down.
It don't come out.
I don't know.
Do frogs have teeth? Some have tiny teeth on their upper jaws.
Okay. Only one frog has true teeth. Oh, okay. So maybe is the answer.
So maybe Slann have teeth. But yeah, if they do have teeth, definitely skink. Skink is going to be
Just scrubbing away. Yeah.
Yeah.
And occasionally he gets eaten. If he gets in there and he has to really scrub a dub, if he falls in, that Slann's just going to, in his sleep, swallow that skink.
It's just how it goes.
That's the way it is.
That's how it goes.
No, but that's a great honour.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You tell everyone it's a great honor. Otherwise, no one's going to want to be the toothbrushing guy.
Yeah. But it's a step up from being the butt scrubbing guy.
Yeah, the guy with the butt rag, not as much fun.
Because you can still fall in there too.
Oh, jeez. And that is not a great honor. That's just you being an idiot.
Yeah.
Banana Super King donates $10. Thank you, Banana Super King.
Thank you.
And they say, Board Game Ben and Tabletop Tom. Hot Pearl coming at you. Think fast. Question for you two. Since you both obviously work super closely with James' workshop,
Yes.
Any idea what the new proposed Henry Cavill show will be based on? What are your hopes for, if any?
Well, we did talk about this a lot like a month ago when news first broke.
Yeah.
So we won't go into mega detail,
No.
but we can do a little recap.
I think the last Warhammer stream before...
Jingle Jam.
Yeah.
It's like
so
the
I
end
think
of
it's the
November.
last one in November. Which was just like a day or two before.
Yeah. The day before Jingle Jam, I think it was.
I think, yeah, we went in on a whole red hot amount. I
But
think
generally, you go. Sorry.
I think something inquisitory kind of makes sense.
That's what I would hope for.
And
I
I've
don't know
heard
if they
that
will do.
Henry likes the Inquisitors.
I've heard the opposite. I've heard that he wants to be a big boy.
Really?
But
Well,
I think Henry Cavill having to be the star of it limits the options.
yeah.
Because I think you need a sympathetic character to be the main guy. And the Imperium is generally not sympathetic. So it makes sense to do a good Inquisitor in a bad world, or a good...
I don't know. I think you can 100% have anti-hero character as long as you can empathize with them. People fucking love Walter White. People love Tony Soprano, Bronn from Game of Thrones. All of these people, morally not actually a good person,
But you do root for them.
You root for them because they've got a good story.
That's true.
And so I think you could easily do cool character.
But I don't think
Inquisitor,
those things are all kind of very adult.
and stuff that you can also, more relatable.
I don't think they're going to restrict the audience on this.
No.
Because it's going to be an expensive show to make. Unless it's just spaceship corridors. I really hope it isn't. So it'll be expensive. So it needs to have really broad audience appeal to justify the huge cost. And so I think that means we're probably not going to get a Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad kind of situation. I'd love it. Don't get me wrong. What you're saying sounds great. I just don't think they'll do it.
I just don't know if they'd go for a Space Marine.
Oh man, I think Space Marines need to be used as little as possible. I think they need to show up for 5 minutes and kick ass and look amazing, and then fuck off again. You know, that's my ideal. Because if the whole thing's about Space Marines, they're not very interesting people. Because they can't afford to do 20 minutes of battle scenes every episode.
Yeah, which is...
So that's not going to happen. So do you want... How much... Brother, have you recited your hymns for 6 hours today?
Come, brother! Let us do the litany of reloading as we polish our bolt guns. There you go, great. That's a fucking 4-hour episode right there.
Yeah. You'd have to either change the law or... I don't know. Just like... As Space Marines are not great for like watching. Yeah.
Do you think they just jump in and just instantly do the fucking Horus Heresy?
I think it would be a mistake because I feel like you've got to get people interested before you like fucking waterboard them in the deep end. Do you know what I mean?
Full mega lore.
Yeah, I think it's too much. I think you need to like get people being like, this looks cool, this is an interesting universe, and then bring the heavier stuff in later. But I could imagine a cool Game of Thrones type Horus Heresy situation where, you know how like, imagine Game of Thrones had been ended well, and you went through this steady like thing of like liking Daenerys and then finding out she's a monster.
Yeah.
You could do that with Horus, where you think he's a cool guy, and then, you know, he's not a cool guy.
What?
But you'd have to keep it really focused, because you know how like in Game of Thrones, season 1 is just there's like 5 or 6 characters who matter, and the Starks and the Lannisters are the only houses you really know about. And then as it progresses over the years, you find out more about, these are the Dornish guys, these are the Greyjoys, these are the things, but they're basically not in it until like later on.
Yeah.
I think that's how you'd have to do the Horus Heresy. Like you'd have to be like, here's like 3 or 4. The main like characters and legions would have to be like Fulgrim and Ferrus Manus, so that you give a shit when they betray each other and one of them dies. That's the big no going back moment in the Horus Heresy, where one of the Primarchs dies really early on.
God, but I already hate like that. You're gonna have that scene of like, brother, I made this sword for you. Brother, well, I made this hammer for you. And like, they kiss? Don't they kiss at that moment?
It's gonna feel like awkward sexual tension for sure. And you'd have to basically only make like 4 or 5 of the Primarchs even in it for the first season, because otherwise there's 20 of these weird assholes kicking around, and you can't remember who's who or why you should care. You need to like really hyper focus on a few of them, and then bring in more later as it progresses. Yeah. But I don't think that would be great. I think that's the best way to do it if you were going to do it. There were only 18. Well, technically there's 19 because there's 2 Alfariuses. And then you've also got like Malcador and the Emperor. So you've got like 21 assholes to worry about. And that's too much for your casual Kremlo enthusiast.
Well, that's a bit of like an oxymoron. Because surely just your casual Kremlo enthusiast still knows too much. They know at least 50 stories of Warhammer 40,000 characters shitting their pants, which is more than like, I don't think my mum would know that many.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, no, I don't know. It just feels like way too much. I'd love to watch like an Eisenhorn type. I don't actually want to watch Eisenhorn. I want to watch an Eisenhorn type thing. I think they'd be better off making something, an original thing set in the world. I think you're going to upset less people. Yeah. Because I think most Black Library books wouldn't adapt well. And then when you change them to adapt well, people will whinge that they've changed. Yeah. So you just make something, Gary Bisenhorn, who's also an Inquisitor on the run looking for demon hosts and all that shit. But then you can just you can make it better for TV without having to change the stuff
Yeah, I
people
think
love.
that. Yeah, just get a good story and stick it in the world, and yeah, you'd probably get a better show out of it.